3 have come this year, 2 this week. $100,000 going to the winner. $30,000 for the runner-up, our first major of this PBA season. Thrilling drama, extraordinary pressure. It all begins right now. From Cincinnati, one of 4 righties on the show, it's the Chief, Brian-Himmler, getting us underway. Great start.
You know, Brian told me earlier today he recently got engaged. He's got a lot going for him right now. He had a terrible year last year, but everything's going his way right now, and he's really, really comfortable.
Folks, if you're just tuning in, that is our Randy-Pedersen competing here on the TV show of the Dexter Tournament of Champions. So much pressure on Randy. 2-season exemption on the line. We'll talk more about that. He's underway. Looking good. Getting some help on the 4-pin. On a ball that was a touch high. Brian Voss with Randy down there and competing. You'll check in with the Baby Ruth Real Deal matchup.
Look at those stats. Brian-Himmler averaging 13 pins better than Randy. Strike percentage is also a little bit better. Everything else pretty much the same, but... And you know, as the lanes transpired this week, the first game, you can see that Randy was averaging almost 40 pins better than Brian the first game. But as they develop, that's when Brian really got it going. So Randy needs to take advantage of them right now.
Randy telling us how critical winning today is going to be. An adjustment there. Help! Yeah! Takes down number 10.
That'll get you a ground going. All right, he knows it's going to be close, but he gets this head pin coming across the wall in kind of a weird way and gets it at the last second. Well, let's watch him. Oh, thank you.
His very words, Brian, to us last night. Nothing short of a win for Randy-Pedersen will be satisfactory because the 2-season exemption, not just the 100,000, it's the exemption. He stands 62nd in points right now. Chief through the nose for Brian-Himmler. And remember, we're in a 1-game format, folks. No matter how hot he's been, as he mentioned with Holly Rowe,
right,
the 300 games.
Left of target. He's looking at 17. He hit about 19. Fortunate to break up the spare. Just leaves it 3-6-10. And we'll see a very hard straight ball by Brian the Chief Himmler.
Multi-pin conversion's pretty good.
100%.
They call him the Chief because he's the one who organizes the golf outings, the restaurant reservations. Didn't like it, but got some help off the side of the deck. Look out.
Folks, that's not the way you're supposed to pick that up. He's just going to barely touch the 3-pin. It goes to the wall and gets both pins. Yeah, you better smile on that one, Chief.
Better than chopping it, right?
So each getting a break early in our match.
Early breaks.
Sometimes that can be the difference in this 1 game to the finals format. 4-man field. Normally they're PBA Tour stops. We have 5 with a wild card match. Now we just have the best 4 in the world on center stage. Back to the Chief. Again, looked a little bit high, and the 9 stands for him.
Well, with this long oil pattern, the guys went out there and they practiced. They started around 10, and after about 10 minutes, they get into about 12, 13, and then, you know, when they turn the lights on, guys just jumped right on in there to 4th arrow.
Single pin conversions. The Chief at 92.8%. Chris Barnes, we'll see him later today against fellow Wichita State Shocker alum Patrick Healy. He's been perfect.
Well, when you're averaging 248 like Chris, you're not leaving very many spares. All right, if you were a betting man and you were to look at some of those stats where Randy's averaging 230 the first game and Brian 190, you got to be betting on Randy. Increase his lead to an early 21 pins with a strike here.
1 in Philly last year, last time we saw him on TV. Even 30 for his career.
Take it in there, Fear Factor! Yeah, Fear Factor! Come on, brown ball.
He likes the ball. He is a Storm guy, and he likes the reaction. The best place for all the latest PBA info is the Tour's official website at PBA.com. While the pros are taking a break, you can relive all the best moments from the first half of the season via archived ESPN telecasts and tournament results. All that and more at PBA.com. Turkey ball for a 21-pin lead.
So much at stake for Randy right now. As we said earlier, Brian exempt for next year. Just, you know, $100,000 is a lot of money, but 2 years exemption could be worth more than $100,000.
Wants to take care of his family back home. Becky, his wife, daughter Savannah, 7, Chad, his son is 4. Perfect ball, flush in the pocket for Randy. And he's feeling it. Randy-Pedersen starting this week, 62nd place on the PBA points list. There are no points awarded this week. So this is why a victory, Brian, as you mentioned, is absolutely critical at this stage of the season for Randy. Top 50 winners and points leaders get in automatically to the exempt tour next year. This is a 2-year exemption.
2 years.
To be won. Big ball from Himmler in response. We know the Chief is already in.
We're going to show you a perfect shot. He's looking at 19, he hit 21. I think he moved a little left. The 6-pin goes to the wall, snaps the 10 out, which Brian does quite frequently with that great power ball that he has.
So now Himmler works on a double chance for a 21-pin deficit. Randy with a front 4 already. Great start for him. Last TV major for Himmler. 4th place, the TOC in '99. A chance here. That looked definitely light on the release. You can see a lane level look to it, not finding the pocket.
And a very, very difficult conversion here.
Yeah.
He's got the 2, 5, 7, 9. It's not as bad that pros leave frequently. Very difficult.
The match with Richie Allen last night, down 0-2, won 3 straight. These are all best of 5, unlike regular tour stops, which are best of 7 in the match play from round of 32 through the round of 8. Threw a 300 in the 5th game, so he's responded to pressure before. However, the 7 stands. It's an open.
Well, you heard him say thanks. That's because he thought he had it. He did everything he was supposed to. He's going to get the ball right between the 2-pin and the 5-pin. It's supposed to go to the wall and hit it, but it went right around it. Bad break early. And a big hole he's dug himself.
Little payback from the bowling gods after he had the reaction off the wall before. Back to Randy. Flush in the pocket, 60 feet to success for our very own Randy-Pedersen. 9-4 in match play this week with a 232 average. He got by Steve Wilson in 5 last night. Brian, that was a thriller. Won by 1 pin in game 4. Just had enough pins for count at the end.
And he threw the last 3 strikes in the 5th game to force Steve Wilson to double, and he came up short. So he's getting it done in the 10th frame when he needs it.
Looks for the front 6 here. 53-pin lead already. Possible 6-bagger for Randy-Pedersen.
Just a beautiful shot.
6 in a row for our Randy-Pedersen. He has got a huge lead of 63 pins. The Dexter Tournament of Champions is underway. When we come back, we'll hear about the great Pete Weber and his success in